The Virginia National Guard is at the U.S.-Mexico border working with other troops on the border crisis.
Hundreds of migrants are crossing in Eagle Pass, Texas every day, facing the various challenges that come with the crossing.
10 News anchor John Carlin is alongside our guardsmen, witnessing the crisis firsthand and sharing his experience.
John joins us now live from Eagle Pass. And John, I know you've been very busy and have a lot to tell us. What have you seen as you've been following the guardsmen?
We have seen so much. I don't even have time to tell you right now. But let me tell you what I can tell you about. We're right here along the Rio Grande River. It's 101 degrees, by the way. This sea wire or concertina wire that we have right here is the best defense against migrants coming over into the United States wherever they would want to do that. But I can tell you that over the last 24 to 36 hours, we have seen hundreds of people trying to come across this river, and we've witnessed the interaction with all the various guardsmen. So the story is, after talking to some of these migrants, that no matter how much we do on this side, they will do anything to escape the lives that they left behind. And a little bit of wire is not as big a deterrent as it looks like when you stand here next to it. And then on the other side of the wire, the troops like the Virginia National Guard, their responsibility is to keep those people on the river side of the wire. Let's listen. And when you do come face to face, what's your job?
Just to deter them, tell them go cross back over and come across a legal point of entry.
That's what we've been dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Virginia's been out here since July 8th, I believe, and it's been a crazy day-to-day.
So that was just a couple of our Virginia National Guardsmen that we had a chance to chat with. So last night we actually made it to the very end of this wire at the edge of Eagle Pass, which is a city about the size of Martinsville here in Texas. And we saw a great number of migrants being, the word arrested is not the right word, but basically when they get to the end of the wire, they then are taken up a large hill, and then the federal people, as opposed to the National Guard, but your federal people, your border control agents, take them into custody. They take them away in a van or a bus for processing, and that's what happens. Guys, back to you.
John, you spent 3 days down there. What do you know about what happens next?
Not a lot, I'll tell you, and it's not because I haven't asked. It's just that people really don't know. They can't tell you because some of the people who come across are just regular families looking for a better life. Some of them are fleeing political persecution, and some of them are bad guys. They honestly are, who want to get in the United States. They're drug dealers, they're human traffickers, they're those kinds of people. So everybody is taken for processing, and that's where authorities have the opportunity, as opposed to here on the riverbank, to sit down and sort it out. And the answer, Brittany, to your question could very likely be different for every single person or group of people who comes through the border. So the word we get is after they get out of here, they go for processing, and what happens after that is kind of up to the border authorities and the backgrounds of the people who are there. Reporting on the Rio Grande River in Eagle Pass, Texas, I'm John Carlin, 10 News, working for you.